What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back here with another video, and today Broshmo is coming onto the channel. I don't think he needs much of an introduction. You guys have pretty much introduced him to me. I know you guys all love Broshmo, and you've heard me talk about him multiple times, so I'm going to let him introduce himself anyways. Broshmo, say hi to the channel, and we'll talk about what's going on in the video.
All right, time for the Fortnite intro.
Oh my god.
What's cracking, like? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So I told you, very Fortnite.
Yep, there you go. So, yeah, today we're going to be doing a 2-round mock similar to what I did with Marcus. We're going to let Broshmo rock the NFC because I am tired of getting ridiculed for the Falcons picks. So, I'm going to be rocking AFC just to take away Broshmo's love for the Dolphins. So we're going to see how he reacts to my picks for him. But of course, yeah. So of course, if you guys do enjoy, hit the like button, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. Broshmo, let's have some fun. Let's kick it off with the hardest pick in the NFL draft. Number 1, Jacksonville Jaguars. Going, yeah,
I'm not Jones, right?
It must be. It must be. The hype is too real. We know Mac Jones is going to be a very good system quarterback. He's better than all of these guys.
Quarterbacks work in a system.
Exactly. I know. We're just gonna go Trevor Lawrence. There's no reason to just continue bullshitting. So, just to go at number 2, might as well. The Jets. I mean, this is pretty much a guaranteed pick for me, and this is what caught my eye when I was thinking about the Jets. I saw when the Eagles traded back with the Dolphins, there was a tweet from Adam Schefter saying they traded back because they did not think that Zach Wilson would be there at 3. Otherwise, they would have traded up with the Dolphins to 3. To me, that pretty much just means Zach Wilson's at 2. You agree with that?
Yeah, I think those are kind of locked and loaded.
Yeah. So you're gonna have the fun pleasure of dealing with the Mac Jones hype right now. I'm gonna see what you rock right here.
Well, this is me doing it, so I just can't buy into trading 3 first-round picks for Mac Jones. He may have it between the ears, but I'm gonna take Justin Fields because the dude's phenomenal, man. The dude's just phenomenal. He's that athletic quarterback that Shanahan's been rumored to want. And plus, like downfield, like on passes of 10 yards or more, man, he has easily the best accuracy of any of the quarterbacks in this class.
Oh, yeah.
Guy's phenomenal. 70% of his yards were air yards. His average depth of target was almost double of Dwayne Haskins. So if you want to make that comparison, well, go screw yourself.
Precisely.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, you're allowed to say that. You're allowed to do everything you want. Trust me. If you weren't allowed to, then I'd be a damn hypocrite. But
I was gonna say I should have asked for guidelines.
No, don't worry. No, you're good. But something that I think not enough people talk about is how damn good RG3 was with Shanahan as his offensive coordinator. It was injuries. Like RG3 was looking like he could potentially be the next face of the NFL. He was so good, and injury management was just the downfall of the horror of like a
A lot of people try to point out that Shanahan he didn't want RG3. That wasn't the quarterback he wanted. It's like, well, worked out just fine.
It worked out better.
And I would contest that Fields is a much better passer than RG3.
Oh, exponentially. But I'm just saying, like, he can work with a guy who's not a stationary statue in the pocket. It's just that's just my thing. You're still on the clock at number 4 with the Falcons, and I mean, is there much?
We're not doing trades, right?
We could, but
I feel like that could get messy.
That can get a little bit messy. So
yeah,
for right now, we could do 1 trade. If you really think that there's going to be like a lock trade, we could do 1 trade. If it's just like,
I don't think it would be here. I'm going to stick to my guns. I think the Falcons are going to have a tough time trying to trade out this pick. And I think you mentioned it earlier when we were talking. Their asking price is exceptionally high. Yeah. And I don't think anyone's going to be trying to trade up or at least put up a good amount of capital on the 4th best quarterback in this class. So I think I like Atlanta going with Pitts. I like what he can do in that offense, that Arthur Brown offense. He can play on the outside. He can play in the slot. He's not just a tight end. If you view him that way, then you're viewing him incorrectly.
Yes. I'm tired of people saying, dude, did you hear Jeff Saturday, I think, talked about this.
Oh, not Jeff Saturday.
And
Jeff Saturday.
I know he was talking about Kyle Pitts as just a pure tight end. And I was just like, dude, it's not a tight end. These
He
guys are
comes
just
from a different time.
I know. It's like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, yeah, your idea of offensive line should be the focus. Sure, 100%. But it's like, there's a difference. He's not a tight end. He's an offensive weapon. He is a generational talent. You don't pass up on generational talent unless you get a haul like Miami did. But at number 5, the Bengals. The question I'm going to pose to you, Broshmo, is do I go with the Jamar Chase rumor, or should I rock with my gut and just rock Penei Sewell here? What do you think?
I would say rock with your gut. You know my conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I
I would be
know.
hard pressed to
I know.
move off
That's
of
why I'm
that.
also controlling the Bengals. You can talk about your theory right now, just because I am totally not going to listen to it. I'm getting Penei Sewell right now,
Okay,
but go
so
for it.
Jamar Chase going to the Bengals. Joe Burrow, he's campaigning. He's like, that's my guy. You bring him in house, please. Now, what about tackle? What are they going to do? Well, they addressed it in the second round. With who? Hear me out. Walker Little. He is currently training with the offensive line whisperer himself, Paul Alexander, former O-line coach for Cincinnati for like, I think almost 20 years.
Hmm.
I'm just saying I'm connecting dots that shouldn't probably be connecting, but I don't know. You're doing when you do predictive stuff, like
Yeah,
you gotta look for it.
I mean, that was something I never heard of, thought of, but is definitely something that's unique. And personally, I always have the thought that if someone hasn't played in 2 years, I don't take them the first 2 rounds.
Which is
but
fair.
but like, it's okay. It's okay. I like Penei Sewell because, again, generational talent. I just don't pass up on generational talents, even though Jamar Chase could be called generational. Would you say he's generational?
I mean, I don't think I'd put him in that Julio
Yeah,
category.
yeah. I think he's
I
really
really like Jamar Chase, but
yeah.
I don't think I'd put him in the Julio category.
Okay, I'm gonna be pulling the trigger on Jamar Chase right here. What are your thoughts as a Dolphins fan?
As a Dolphins fan, I get a little bit like I don't okay. I don't think Will Fuller's there after this season.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, I love Chase. He is the best player on the board at this point.
yeah.
Uh, I don't know what they do.
Hmm.
Maybe Fuller plays a bit of the slot. I haven't looked a lot into how Fuller lined up.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess that'd be pretty easy. He's hurt most of the time, so.
exactly. I
But
mean,
yeah, no,
the,
I like the pick there. I think it's gonna be whoever like falls
yeah,
between
yeah.
those three.
We finally got to see Devontae Parker step up for once, right? Like, he actually did look competent. Like, he always had those flashes, but he never became
He's a
super.
good number two.
Yeah. So Jamar could be that number one because Will
Oh
Fuller
yeah.
will be nice on that injury roster. So number 7, the floor is yours for Detroit. Which, again, if you think there's a necessity trade or there's absolutely no options, you got one.
So this is why you probably shouldn't have given me the NFC. Um, so I'm the Lions. I'm I'm pretty confident Jared Goff's not the future.
Mm.
I'm fairly confident. He's a good quarterback, but I'm not looking for good. I'm looking for elite. I'm looking for transcendent. We saw it with Jared. Oh gosh, Buffalo's quarterback Jared Allen? No,
No, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Oh man, I'm thinking of the old
Yeah, you're
pass
thinking of the
rusher.
Viking. Yeah, the Vikings pass rusher.
Yeah. So Josh Allen, I think he will have a similar progression, developmental curve, whatever you want to call it. Uh, I would take Trey Lance, but I would be open to any trade offers.
Okay. So you're gonna pull the trigger on Trey?
Yes, unless someone else wants to trade up. I don't know. Do the Patriots and the AFC there maybe have an offer?
What do you think they would do at 15? That would be my question.
I mean, if you trade down, that roster's terrible. I'm going best available probably this whole draft.
Yeah, that's fair. So you want to pull the trigger on Trey? You're not gonna use your one trade?
If you're not willing to trade with me, then
I think I'm gonna hold off with the Patriots. It's not the Patriots' way to just
yeah,
totally. Bill Belichick's kind of gone insane, but not to the point where he's probably gonna send 2 first rounders plus. Because I know the Bears might be on the phone as well trying to call up. It's like, I think that pick's gonna be quite valuable if
it's
Trey
gonna be
falls.
so expensive,
It's gonna be a valuable
especially for
asset.
the Bears.
Oh yeah, I mean, and you think about it, Goff isn't the answer for the future, right? This could
No,
be. So
he
you're
is a bridge
you're
quarterback.
you're leveraging your future for some draft picks that you don't know. So
I mean,
if I were
there's
the
also a reason Dan Campbell signed a 6-year deal. This isn't expected to be a short rebuild.
yeah,
I think Lance helps, but he doesn't have to be ready this season. I think Goff, he makes that team more competitive than they probably want.
I agree.
It could fall into a hole like where everyone was worried when Gardner Minshew won opening week against the Colts. Like, oh no, they're screwed. No no Trevor Lawrence. Oh no, what have we done?
Yep.
I think Goff's kind of in that category. So
Hmm.
I don't want to be put in a position next year of having to maybe trade up to get my quarterback again.
Yeah,
Let's just go ahead and take Lance. We know we kind of have an expectation
I
of
got you.
how he's going to progress.
I understand that. I don't disagree with that at all. I totally understand the fact that you could just be kind of screwing yourself over position wise next year for a quarterback if Goff can be semi competent. Remember, he is a former Super Bowl quarterback, right?
Yeah, in theory.
There you
And I
go.
mean, hey, now you got 2 first-round picks next year where you could just take talent.
Exactly. So now you're on the clock at number 8.
Yeah, woof.
You get that. This is the fun one.
All right, so I think I'm gonna be relatively safer because you kind of talked about it earlier. I thought you brought up a good point about getting that Curtis Samuel replacement.
Yep.
I just feel like there's a lot of that in this draft,
Mm,
or a lot of guys that have that potential, at least within the
two to
first 3 rounds.
yeah.
So I will take Slater, hoping that worst case scenario he is going to be a solid guard, but I'm going to at least give him a shot at left tackle. Like
Yeah.
he graded out exceptionally well in 2019 left tackle. He was a fine right tackle the 2 seasons prior.
Mhm.
So I'm willing to take that shot, knowing I'm going to get a good offensive lineman one way or the other. And who knows, maybe Greg Little
Yeah. I think he's better than
proves he's a good left tackle.
I mean, that could be best case scenario right there.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Takes the jump, Rashawn Slater, right there at your guard spot. Wouldn't that fill the Trey Turner spot? That'd be nice.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think the only other like for me, I would consider Patrick Surtain here.
Yeah. Well, I honestly with the Panthers. Wait, was it the? Oh, I traded back with the Panthers in my mock today to 15. I took Caleb Farley because he could sit and doesn't need to actually start, so he can actually be healthy. It's
Oh
kind of
man,
weird.
that's a guy we didn't talk about off
Yeah,
screen.
yeah. That's another interesting one. We could always, of
Yeah.
course, talk more off screen about that or on screen when we talk about him when he gets taken. But at number 9, I'm on the board with the Broncos, and I this is a weird one. I know that you'd want to pull the trigger on Mac Jones, and I feel like I'd want to pull the trigger on Mac because I seriously have,
Not because I love Mac.
but because of the opposite, a more aversion to Drew Lock, which I totally get. But Micah Parsons, oh, it's so weird. The question is like he's gonna fall. Like we all know, Mac Jones is gonna fall to 15 if he doesn't get picked here.
Yeah.
Like that's just a guaranteed. Question is, will there be a linebacker in round 2 that's good enough to be Micah, or like good enough value for the pick? That could be Jamin Davis or Jamin Davis. Could be Nick Bolton, who's I guess similar in the fact that he's not as good in coverage, but it's like
Well, he's
Cameron Brown.
instinctive in coverage. It's just he's
Yeah,
a little limited as an athlete
yeah,
from his length.
yeah. Oh,
I
it's a
do like
tough
Nick
one because it's
Bolton.
like you have to look at the opportunity cost because the Broncos again they could compete this year, and you know what? They're gonna compete this year. Mac Jones.
No, oh, you really did it?
I pulled the trigger.
Oh,
I
my
pulled the trigger.
boy. That's what I'm saying. They're a quarterback away.
They are exactly. They're a quarterback, and then maybe they can use a linebacker, but like they really are a quarterback away. They're in the Deshaun sweepstakes if he ends up clearing his name and stuff. Which it's
Yeah,
hard to get
that's.
into that.
I'll withhold judgment till further evidence is.
Exactly, exactly. So you're on the board at
You
number 10.
you just
So
didn't want to take him for the Patriots, I bet.
no, I definitely am fine taking him to the Patriots. I did it in my mock draft the other day, but it's so true. They're one quarterback away. Like a linebacker's not gonna like wins above replacement wise. It's not gonna be
I'm
nearly the
glad you
value
brought
that
that
Mac
up.
Jones could.
It's a good
Not even
point.
close. And in a good offensive line class, you could get another guard if you want to. I know Dalton Reisner's in there and stuff, but Like I don't like Lloyd Cushenberry, so you can get like
It
a
was a
Jimmy.
pretty rough first season for old Cush.
I know. Yeah. So obviously, I think Mac Jones can get his help or depth in the line later on, and then you'll be perfectly fine. And then linebackers, they have some good ones. So you're on the clock at number 10.
Patrick Surtain.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a no-brainer. Because
Yeah.
I do have some concern. Like some people have tried to talk about JC Horn here over Surtain, and I have concerns about how he fits Dan Quinn's defense.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, and I mean, I've done a lot of research because I was like, okay, what happens if Surtan's not here? Like, what makes JC Horn the pick? And like a lot of things that Richard Sherman actually talked about with Dan Quinn, that he's very like he likes to play to his player's strength. Like,
Yeah.
hey, if this corner is a better man cover guy, then we will play him predominantly there. And I was like, man, I just know him as a cover, like Dan Quinn is a cover 3, like coordinator. So yeah. So luckily I don't have to like make that justification. We could just take Surtain and call it a day.
Surtain's a G. I get worried about him getting torched over the top, but again, in a cover 3, at least he'll be able to have a bailout. Right.
Yeah.
So he'll be okay. At number 11, the Giants are on the board, and you're still on the board.
Yeah, this is tough.
This is a tough one.
Yeah,
you screwed yourself over right here, dude. You could have had an easy pick right here.
Yeah, if only Mac Jones was still around.
I know. Oh, that would be interesting. I played with that idea. If they took Trey Lance
no. Danny Dimes has way higher upside.
Oh no, I was saying if Trey Lance fell to 11.
Oh yeah, that's way more interesting. Okay.
Yeah. No. That happened in one of my drafts randomly. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I was like, do I dare?
Yeah.
The situation right now, where you rocking?
I'm considering Waddle or Darrisaw.
Ooh.
Yeah. One way or another, I'm trying to get Danny Dimes no excuses. And I'm not exactly in love with Sterling Shepard. Even Darius Slayton, like he's nice, but
yeah,
like Jalen Waddle is a monster. But that offensive line is pretty terrible. And PFF puts this the best way. You want to creep back towards average. And I think Darrisaw, dude, like just his physical profile, like he's gonna be a solid tackle in this league. He has experience on the right side.
Yeah, he did play right tackle.
Yeah, so
you think they're gonna kick out Matt Peart? He had a pretty good season.
I know, and that's the only thing I really love. I loved him coming out of UConn.
Yeah.
I say UConn, Connecticut, whatever.
Yeah, I call it UConn. I have 2 picks right here. Do you want me to tell you what I would do here? Potentially.
Yeah, give me an idea.
Here's the boring pick. AVT. Just solid guard. Really good. Could fit in. NFL's high on him. I think that'd be more realistic.
Yeah.
My fun pick?
But I mean,
want to hear my fun pick?
Yeah.
Tevin Jenkins at guard. Monster on the interior. I think that he's a Hall of Fame guard.
I'm just not in love taking a guard this early.
Yeah, no, I know. But those are my fun picks.
Yeah, those are fun picks. Fuddruckers.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, put me on the clock. Here, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say screw it. Let's take Darrisaw.
You're taking Darrisaw. Okay.
I'm taking Darrisaw.
I mean, you could always move one of these guys into guard. Darrisaw does have minute hands, as one of our guys likes to say. So, I mean, technically, if his hands become a problem, he could kick into guard. He does have good athleticism.
Yeah, if anything, I don't mind just add in talent along the line.
Yeah. So continuing with the NFC East, you got the Eagles. I didn't realize that they're all NFC East, all in a row.
Yeah, this is rough.
I know. Can you take Waddle and just say fuck Jalen Reagor though?
Yeah, because that's what you have to do if you take Waddle.
I don't understand.
Literally what you're doing.
People are not saying that at all. They're like, oh, dude, you can have Reagor and Waddle. It's like, how?
You can't.
You can't.
You can't. And like there was a point in time where I would have been fine with Devontae Smith here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very concerned coming in at like 166. Like,
agreed.
Drinking, like.
I know. It's like you're 23 years old too.
Yeah, but what I liked with Smith, it's like he's a very good route runner. He could attack the intermediate to deep. Jalen Waddle, those are actually his most like his high percentage.
Oh yeah,
his high success rate.
So
like, he's pretty bad underneath.
He's so good. I love Jalen Waddle.
I know, but I don't think you could justify it. You're literally chucking
Yeah,
Jalen Reagor before you really know what you have in him.
exactly.
Because you're not going to put him. I don't think him and Waddle, like, you can't put one of those guys on the outside. I mean, you can with Waddle, but I don't think that's where you
We
best
haven't even
utilize
seen him on
him.
the outside either. So it's like, just don't. I would avoid that. I mean, if I were the Vikings, I would just be like, "Hey, Eagles, I'll just flop with you. You guys can be picking up like, oh, actually no, because that would be oh shit. You just made the Chargers pick very interesting. I'm gonna not say anything because I have a guy who I actually want to take, who I think you could be possible.
Yeah, yeah, I think I could guess that. I
Yeah,
think actually, I'm gonna take a way out here. I'm not exactly sure with J.C. Horn, right?
yeah,
Uh, so Gannon, defensive coordinator for the Eagles, he comes from Mike Zimmer.
mhm,
Um, bam, beautiful Horn. He's a press guy.
mhm,
I love him mainly in man coverage.
yeah,
Doesn't mean he can't like he can't drop back into zone.
mhm,
Doesn't mean he can't. It's just I'd rather him not. But I'm willing to like I'm willing to have that in Darius Slay on the outside there. I think they really need help in the secondary.
yeah,
And plus, like he tested out phenomenally, him and
oh,
Sertan. So I
oh yeah.
think I'm gonna go with that.
Well, fuck you. So that was my pick. I wanted to get that since you stole Darsaw and Horn. Those are my 1-2 guys.
Yeah, I know
Uh,
that sucks now. Yeah, enjoy this.
I am going to enjoy it because I'm just going balls to the wall and saying we don't have a real slot wide receiver.
That's fair.
I'm not gonna say Jalen Guyton is going to be an excuse not to select Jalen Waddle. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that
It's a weird pick because I'm all offensive line or corner here. But it's like Caleb Farley, he's not gonna have a day one impact potentially. And this team needs like a day one impact potentially, injury wise. He's definitely good enough to be a day one impact. Let me clarify that. He just might not be on the field enough.
yeah.
That's we don't need another one of those. Who was the guy who was he's Jason Verrett. We don't need another one of those.
Oh,
Terrible.
hey, he's wonderful when on the field.
Yes. So you're on the clock.
Yeah.
Like,
This one's tough. I'm gonna go with something you suggested. I'm
oh,
gonna go with a guy that's a little later on my board, Elijah Vera Tucker.
ooh, okay.
Yeah, and this is all based on the assumption that maybe the plan was always to put Ezra Cleveland at left.
Yeah.
If not, then yeah, they still got a hole at left, but hey, at least the interior is kind of set because I don't see Elijah Vera Tucker as a tackle.
I don't either. I think he's a pure guard, but
Yeah,
they do love to run the ball. So at least you get to fill in that gap.
exactly.
Is like at least give Dalvin Cook something. At 15, the Patriots. This is an interesting one actually because obviously the no-brainer picks Micah Parsons. I mean, Bill Belichick won't. I'll put up with some bullshit with Micah, but I mean, technically you could go other routes. Caleb Farley, both of their star corners are on 1-year deals, and I don't.
Yeah, that's another thing. I liked mocking corner in the first round to the Patriots.
Yeah, it was something I never really thought of. But it's like, can you pass up on Parsons? I know they have a shit ton of linebackers, but Raekwon McMillan's on a 1-year deal as well. And he's not
Mm.
going to stay. One of the other two guys are going to stay in J.C. Jackson and Stephon Gilmore. One of those guys are guaranteed to stay. But Micah Parsons could step into that Raekwon McMillan role. What do you
Let
think?
me ask you this.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the maturity concerns and all that?
So I have this rule on my big board. You have him ranked for talent, right? I have him ranked in
Mhm.
the top 4, right? Like I think he's excellent. Character concerns, double it. That's where he stays. That's what I did with Reuben Foster. Like I saw him, he was like around top 15 guy just because I I saw the potential, but
Oh
again,
yeah, no, I get
then
it with Ruben.
those concerns, bloop, there you go. Injury concerns or personality concerns drop you at least half. So
Yeah.
I
So
have.
what do you make of that though?
I mean, he had a fight with somebody. They told them not to talk to the police. He shoved like his balls in his friend's face. I mean, it just sounds like a douchey guy in college. I'm not gonna lie. Bill
That's
Belichick
what
ain't
I
gonna
thought.
stop that shit.
Yeah, a lot of people try to bring up the Hazen stuff that uh, the lawsuit brought about with
Yeah.
Penn State and James Franklin, which he was only named it and it wasn't filed towards him. But
Mm,
I mean, I think that's a non-factor just because of the lack of witnesses and
mm.
it ended up going nowhere. But yeah, the other stuff, yeah, it sounds like a college kid.
He just sounds just like a dick. I mean, it's a college kid. Who gives like really? Mac Jones had freaking 2 DUIs and had a car crash while driving drunk with a fake ID. I mean, like, we're not gonna talk about that. That's another reason why he's like low on me. It's just like, ah, it's like, I mean, it's funny how we select these stories, but not when the media wants to put Mac Jones at 3.
Yeah,
Just like,
I know, man. Have some sort of like
I know,
consistency.
I know. So you're on the clock with 16, and the cards. I guess they got dealt a pretty good card right here because they got
Yeah, it's
full options right.
probably Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay, he's 166, but at 16, I'll take it.
He has
Take it.
top 10 talent easily. But
Yeah, and I'm willing to bet that he ends up panning out anyway.
yeah, it's just scary.
You're betting on the exception
Yeah.
opposed to like what the standard is, but I feel a lot better at 16 betting on the exception.
Yeah, I agree.
Plus, I think Cliff Kingsbury, if he could,
Oh yeah, he's good
if
with
they
the
can
too.
get some real vertical like threat, like in the second half of the season for the
Mhm.
Cardinals,
Yeah,
like teams just choked up. They did not respect the deep game whatsoever,
yeah.
and that led to like the running game sucked. Like
Mm,
it was like you were nickel and diamond. It's like, dude, you have Kyler Murray. Let the ball fly. So
I know, I know. So at this spot, this is an easy pick for me. You lose your right tackle and Brown. You fill it with Jenkins. I think that he has concerns with his mobility. It's clunky movement, in my opinion. He moves fast, but it's just not fluid, and he's very susceptible to inside moves, from what I saw. And that's the only a problem if he doesn't know where the pocket's going to be. So I think that if he has a stable pocket with a stable quarterback who has the ability to at least move around the pocket pretty well, I think he could be really good. And then you never know. Next year, if a good tackle comes out, he can move to guard and fill in Richie Incognito's spot. Then you have a dream right there. So that's my opinion. I think he's a Hall of Fame guard, but
oh
he fits here at tackle. That's my genuine opinion. I think he could be like Quentin Nelson esque. It's
yeah.
that good.
I feel like that's another pick. Like a lot of people are gonna start chalking in Jenkins.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
if
the
Jenkins is
Raiders.
taken before, then I would consider more like a Zaven Collins, like a Sam Blitzing linebacker.
Mm.
I mean, I honestly just don't give a rat's ass about Nick Kwiatkowski as a former Bears fan. Like, I don't think that he should be a decision why you don't take somebody. Like, in Zaven Collins is pretty good blitzing, so I think that he'd be pretty talented. I love his zone coverage too.
You think Christian Barmore maybe?
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost Maurice Hurst. That's my other option right there. It's between those three, in my eyes.
Well, they
Of course, if
released.
Micah's
They
there.
didn't really lose him.
Didn't they cut him? Yeah, they cut him, right?
Yeah.
And then he just got signed by the Niners. Unbelievable. But this spot, I want to hear your thoughts on this. They just lost Lawson, right? And I love Kwity Paye. And getting that 3-4 defensive end, that'd be pretty good in my eyes. That's something I've been chalking up for a while. You're not a Broncos fan. You're a Dolphins fan though. So
Yes, I
let
am.
me know from your perspective what your thoughts are on me about to take Kwity Paye.
Honestly, with the Dolphins, I'm totally okay with like as long as they get good value. You want
Yeah.
to hear my nightmare scenario
Mm,
of this has me like
yeah.
cold shivers at night is because again, when you're trying to predict this stuff, it's like you're always trying to draw conclusions from minimal
Hmm.
things. And Eric Stutesville, offensive coordinator, big believer in the run game.
Oh no, you're talking
I
about.
know.
Oh,
This is my fear that they go Sewell and then they go Najee Harris. Be like, hey, the best friend of a quarterback is the run game.
mm,
Maybe like 10 years ago. This is my fear. So honestly, I'm very okay with a lot of different options here.
yeah.
So I like Quiddy Pay. I kind of mentioned I'm a big Aziz mark.
Yeah, he'd be Van
Um,
Noy's replacement. So
yeah,
it's like, where do
exactly.
you want to
But
roll?
I do like the idea of Quiddy Pay coming in for Shaq Lawson. The
Yeah.
only thing with Quiddy Pay, I don't really think he has much of anything as a inside move,
Mm,
which is fine. Shaq Lawson had to win out inside
yeah.
because he couldn't win outside. So I'm totally okay with Quiddy Pay.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, I just love Quiddy. That's my thing. I thought he
I
has
love
an
that pick
amazing
too.
burst. He can fit 4-3-3-4. He's versatile, great weight, and moves insanely fast for his weight. He like his size,
Yes,
he is insanely talented. But you're on the clock at number 19. My Washington fans might kill you for this pick.
it's fine. I'm going JOK.
That you're not getting you're gonna be You're gonna be brought up to heaven on that pick.
Yeah, that's one I feel like you could chalk in. I like his ability to be able to play in the slot. That's where he played
Yep.
this past season in Notre Dame.
Mhm.
What Washington has currently, I love Jimmy Moreland, former James Madison guy,
Yep.
undersized corner, but he's a dog, dude. He's a
Yep.
dog. He's very physical, but you can only be so physical when you're having to face tight ends.
Yep.
That's where I think JOK comes in handy.
Mm.
Now, with this, I still think Washington, they need to find someone in the middle. JOK is not going to be that.
Okay.
But you have someone on the outside with ridiculous speed that you could throw in the slot. I love that.
Okay. Interesting. So now you're on the clock with the Bears. So this is gonna be a fun pick. Honestly,
Bears.
I see a couple of options here.
I do too.
They're both on my screen right now. Those are the two options, or technically three that I see.
Yeah, and I'm probably gonna go with you might see this as an option. I don't know if Bears fans will love this, but
Mm.
I don't know. I'm not expecting much
Yeah.
if I'm the Bears this season.
Good
The
idea.
Red Rocket could only do so much for you.
Oh my god.
He can't carry a franchise on his back, but
Pretty obvious.
I actually really like how Greg Newsome fits the
That's one
Bears defense. Was it?
Yeah. He's a great
Oh,
corner. Yeah,
I'm
no.
surprised. Like I saw him at the bottom of your screen. I was like, ah, man.
Oh no, dude. Greg Newsome. I mean, I was thinking, do you want to take Caleb Farley for the upside? You want
Caleb Farley, he does scare me though.
Yeah. Oh,
At least the longevity.
yeah, exactly. And again,
Yeah.
this team's not going to win now. Then Rashad Bateman, if AR-12 sits out, I mean, that's a potential number one.
I'm surprised he's not traded yet.
Me too. I'm that surprised. I don't get it.
Free, my man.
I know.
Rob.
I know. And then so you're pulling Greg Newsome?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull Greg Newsome. Like my only complaint with him is he didn't play a lot of press, which isn't entirely necessary for the Bears.
Yeah.
And people hate that when I bring they think this is like just some narrative that he didn't really play anybody last year. Like he played Ohio State. He had to face off against Olave for like the first half of the game until he got hurt.
Yep.
But outside of that, he really didn't play anybody. Some people will try to say, pull his game against David Bell, which I think is probably his worst tape.
Yeah,
he is. And like what Newsome did was like, I'm going to give you everything short. You're not going to beat me deep.
Yeah.
And I think they targeted him like 5 or 6 times deep.
Yeah.
And there was like, I'll give Newsome, he forced like 2 incompletions, but like he had 2 pass interference calls. The other one I think went for like a 16-yard gain, but he allowed like 3 first downs to the guy. But granted, they were dumping, like it was like 14 targets.
Yeah.
To Bell in this game. So, I'm going to stand by that. I don't think he's played anybody. It's not to say that, he's not going to be good. It's just, I don't think we've seen him completely against top tier competition. Like we've seen some of the other corners.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I like his hip flip. I saw
dude's accelerations. Like, whoa.
I know he has some
comes downhill hot.
Yeah. So 21, the Colts. I talked to you about this earlier. The Colts, they have a glaring need at left tackle because Sam Tevy is pretty cheeks, to put it simply. And they have not drafted a lineman in the first 2 days under a 9 RAS score. And this man named Samuel Cosme has a 9.99 RAS. Super good, super solid floor. You just need someone who will actually not bust out and be a day one impact. Good both in the run and the pass game, according to PFF. And that's perfect for a team that has 3 running backs that are all starting caliber or starting worthy in RBBC. I think Samuel Cosme needs to be that pick. You just chalk it up. You walk up to the podium. Done deal.
Yeah, I like that you brought all that up because a lot of that stuff in terms of what the Colts look for, I had no idea.
My boy Levi, he's getting a shout out right here. He made me aware that I didn't know. So cheers to him. But
yeah, that might be a projection I have now.
I know, right?
Till the draft.
It's really nice. So I'm on the clock still. I'm like, you're on the clock.
You're gonna be on a roll.
Oh my, look at this. Oh, well, I guess you get to sit back and watch me work. So 22. Here's a couple options I'm looking at. Rashad Bateman obviously could be a number 1 wide receiver for this team. Could be the Corey Davis replacement. Elijah Moore. I thought they spelled Ole Miss wrong. Elijah Moore. It could be the Adam always injured Humphreys replacement, which is kind of crucial to a guy like Tannehill, where, I mean, you don't see him chuck deep too often, right? Like he's not a deep passer, so maybe a slot weapon is going to be more of like a get at this point. you could technically look at a tackle. Caleb Farley's another one. Again, they decimated their secondary. Even I mean, technically, didn't they lose one of their safeties as well?
Kenny Vaccaro, but this is what I think they're gonna go with Amani Hooker as
Yeah,
safe
Amani
at
Hooker's
their
good.
safety. Yeah, I liked him a lot coming out a couple of years ago.
I'm pulling a weird one here. I did this. I traded back in my mock today. I'm getting Elijah Moore here.
Elijah Moore.
Think chemistry with AJ Brown, and I'm still on the board.
Yeah,
So,
dude, you're gonna
yeah,
be there till 28.
no, right? So at 23, the Jets. I'm thinking about just taking Caleb Farley here. Again, it's a team that doesn't need to prove everything day one, and this is a guy where it's best player available.
All right, so if that's what you're gonna do,
Yeah,
all right, this is coming from the Saints here. I'm
yeah,
Loomis. I love to trade up for my guys. I want Farley.
okay. I
I
can
probably
trade.
should have mentioned maybe a trade back with the Colts. I actually think that's something we could see. Colts and Saints trade back.
I would take him at 20. I'd take Cosme at 25.
Oh, really?
That's why I
To
would
the
never.
Jags?
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, yeah, I hate
oh
Cam
yeah. I
Robinson.
love
I'm
Cosme.
totally cool with that.
Yeah. You want to trade here? This is your one trade. Go for it.
I'm willing to offer a trade if you're willing to accept it. Here, let
I'm
me
willing to accept it. The Jets. I have a guy in mind because again, Farley could be a day one impact, but there are corners in round two, and again, slot corners probably are bigger need with losing Brian Poole.
yeah,
So
and I'm desperate
okay,
because I'm the Saints
tell
and I
me.
have no one at corner. All right, so because I got this pulled up on mine.
I assume we're
Uh,
first.
all right, I have 2/3. Are you willing to take 105?
Yep,
Yeah, perfect.
just straight up. I'm fine with that. I'm not. I don't even care about the mathematical algorithm in this. It's just like I think it's fair.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
me, it's like it's less of an impact. It's my second, third rounder, and it's my later one. So if
Yeah.
I really like the guy, I'm gonna go up and get him.
You know who this pick should be since we're not doing 3 rounds? It would be
Kellen
Kenneth
Mond.
Gainwell or Michael Carter, whichever one's there.
Oh, for
105.
the Saints.
No, 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 for the Jets. Like for that pick. I'd probably
Oh, I thought for the Saints because that's typically where I throw Kellen Mond at
ooh,
105
I
for
think
the
Mon's
Saints.
gonna go before that in the real
Yeah,
draft.
he will, but I'm not that high on Kellen Mond. So
Yeah. I'm not that high either because of consistency, but I see it.
yeah, exactly. I think he's gonna be a high end backup.
Yeah. So you're going Caleb Farley here?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. I don't think they have a choice.
Yeah, they don't. Marshawn Lattimore, isn't he gonna be arrested or something?
He might have a couple of games suspended, but at that point, who do they have? Like PJ Williams, like
Yeah. They don't even have Janoris Jenkins. So now I'm on the board with the Steelers. So you got your run. So now you're gonna be off the board till 29. So look at you.
perfect. I get to sit here and stew.
I know, right? Steelers, this is a couple picks for me. You got Najee Harris, which is probably where I'm gonna rock. This is a weird idea. Rashad Bateman as a Juju replacement if we don't want to pay him. Weird idea. Not gonna do it, obviously.
Yeah, you're gonna get all the hate in the world from
Oh, absolutely.
Pittsburgh.
No, it was a weird idea. If it were my perfect world, I don't think Juju is that great of a wide receiver.
Nah.
And I would personally trade Juju if there was no dead cap.
Yeah, I don't know why they brought him back.
It's $8 million for
Yeah.
a wide receiver too. Might as well. Again, it's not going to the Ravens, so that's probably what they were doing.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, this is a potential pick here. I know the NFL isn't as high on Stokes as they are on Campbell from per inside sources, but Stokes could be a good zone corner for us. I think the one thing the Steelers haven't had since Le'Veon Bell is an actual run game, and we need the line, but none of the guys actually fit. If I'm not going to take Landon Dickerson here, I'm going Najee Harris at Alabama. I'm taking it.
Dang, dude, you sold your soul to the fans, man.
I know. Well, I mean, personally, I miss a good run game for the Steelers. It's embarrassing to watch.
And it'll be embarrassing to watch again this year when they can't get past the line of scrimmage.
Well, there's nobody here, unfortunately, that I would.
Yeah, that's also fair.
Yeah, I would. Trust me, if Tevin Jenkins fell to the spot, I'd take him in a heartbeat. I don't give a fuck about Najee Harris. Like I know he said, Todd McShay can kiss his ass. I can kiss his ass as well. I don't give a crap. If there's a tackle there, I'm taking it 10 out of 10 times. But there's just not. So
I agree.
there you go.
And I kind of like the idea of like I'm a big Ramondre Stevenson mark.
Okay. Yeah.
So like I kind of like him in the 4th, 5th round.
I think the Steelers need to actually hit for once on somebody and then just can't take a shot. So
that is fair.
it's just we've busted too many times. It's a little bit unfortunate. So now the Jags are on the board. I think that given the tackle depth, we can technically wait on taking somebody, even if you want to get a Stone Forsythe, like as a starting left tackle later on. I think there's just no doubt in my mind that if you're going to go for safety, because I know they got Rashawn Jenkins, but they're still lacking at the other safety spot. I think Trevon Merrick is just head and shoulders above every other safety in the class. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't think it's close in terms of just the guy's got the profile, the athletic profile,
Yeah,
and he has the back-to-back years of just being dominant.
it's a
He
beast.
could at least play the deep end. I don't think Jenkins can.
Yeah,
So
I think it's just like at this point, I'm scared shitless of a team like the Ravens. Even I mean, Chuck Clark, you're really gonna, or like Deshaun Elliott, you're really gonna stop that from going Trevon
oh,
Merrick.
dude, and they used to love running 3 safety sets until they decided to draft all them linebackers last year.
There you go. So I just think that even the Bills could take Trevon Merrick technically, because I know Micah Hyde and is not on too much longer of a contract, but that's obviously a weird stretch. But still,
Yeah.
I'm still here with the Bills. Fucking hell, the Browns.
Ah!
This is between two guys here. This is a tough one. Zaven, which I know they don't want Zaven, but they did just release Sheldon Richardson. And Christian Barmore is the only guy who will probably be able to start day one definitively at interior defensive line. This is just like opportunity cost. I think I can take a linebacker in round two if I really wanted to. And that's me being 15 on Zaven Collins and 49 on Barmore. But like Barmore definitely has the most day one impact.
Yeah.
Here. I gotta pull the trigger. It's kind of like a lock to me at this point if he falls that far.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's interesting because they
Yeah.
do have Malik Jackson, and I think they're pretty high on Jordan Elliott. At least they gave him
Jordan Elliott's good,
significant snaps last year. Yeah, I love Jordan Elliott last year.
but I don't think that Jordan Elliott is good enough to say that Christian Barmore can't have any role in the defense.
Yeah, yeah. If anything, I'm more like I don't want Andrew Billings on the field.
That's another one, yeah. So,
Yeah,
oh, I'm still on the board with the Ravens. Fucking hell.
yeah, dude. You also got the Jets at 28.
Oh my god, it's a never ending stream. So, Eichenberg was an idea for me. Don't think that he's going to be. Like, it's Notre Dame's not the same as like the Ravens offense. It's just not even close.
Yeah.
So that's not. I mean, I love Eichenberg, but you obviously just lost Orlando Brown, so kind of a toughie. But you do have somebody on the board who is used to having a mobile quarterback that is more into a run-heavy scheme with, pretty good offensive work right there in the run game. I'm just gonna rock Dylan Radunes. He showed me that he can beat up the big boys at the Senior Bowl, and he's super consistent. And maybe he's not big enough, but I personally think that he's easily the best for this scheme out of anybody left on the board. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you definitely opened my eyes to that
Yeah.
potential because I didn't really see it at first. I thought, if it's Tevin Jenkins or I guess we're gonna wait till the 96th pick.
Yeah. Oh, I was about to pull the trigger on Landon Dickerson and just say, "Let's go, balls to the
I
wall."
mean, that's a Joe Douglas thing to do.
It kind of is, but I have a guy who I'm going to target with my next pick. But can I wait? I know the wide nine fits this player very well, and he's not one of these top three guys. It's Jason Owe, insane athletic freak. I don't have him in the first,
I
but
do.
I know that he could be. Well, now that I know that you do, I'm taking him in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I know that at least at pick 32, that would easily be the pick for me.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
all. He's so Tracy. I love it, and
Okay.
I think he took a significant enough step
Okay.
to tell me that he's not going to be like a Yatir Gross Matos in terms maybe like take forever to develop. I think he's going to be a lot faster.
Yeah. So, you're on the board now. Fine.
Actually, I love that pick. Yeah, finally I'm on the board. What
Yeah.
am I gonna do? All right, so I actually I think I'm gonna oh actually there's a couple of things I kind of like to
Hmm.
do here. All right, their defensive coordinator, right? John Barry. He used to be a linebackers coach, right?
Ooh, I think so. I'm not sure. I'm
Yeah, I
not that
want to
great with
just
coaches right now. That's something I'm I'm going
I'm
to.
Googling it right now. I just want to make
Yeah,
sure I'm not
we're just talking
misquoting.
over it just to make sure that. Well, we could just make a random pause, and that could be a great spot for an ad.
Yeah, you could do that.
There we go. We had the ad spot right there. Just had that nice little pause. Instant ad spot. I hate the YouTube ad algorithm. It's the worst ever.
Oh, dude, I know.
I
It's
know.
terrible.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I know there's gonna be a guy that you're gonna take before, and it's gonna irritate the living daylights out of me. Oh, why did I highlight
Oh, maybe not. Maybe
Oh,
not. I think I'm pretty sure I know who I'm taking here.
who are you taking? Because I
All
know
right.
who I take.
So their defense, right? Middle
Yeah.
middle of the field. It's not so great. Not so great. They weren't phenomenal at stopping the run.
Yep.
John Barry, now that I've confirmed it, former linebackers coach.
Uh,
You know what? In today's NFL, you love long, you love fast. They love to run a ton of sub packages. So if I'm gonna run one linebacker, he better be long, he better be fast. I'm going Jamin Davis.
fuck you. I was wanting him at pick 36. Damn you. You went over Zaven Collins. I guess he is. I mean, he has that range. He has the upside. He's gonna have the hype too. So
Yes, he is. That
hype is
pro
huge.
day, I think, seals it. He's
Yeah.
probably gonna be going day one.
Yeah. Now I'm on the board with the Bills. Jeez, damn you. I could honestly just go Zaven Collins here because they don't have another outside linebacker besides Milano, right? They have Milano and
Yeah.
Evans. They don't really have anything
I
else.
feel like for the Bills, this is great. I think there's a lot of good options here
Oh
for
yeah, you go
Bills.
Jalen Phillips. You can go even Joe Tron if you really want to. You can even. I'm not gonna put in a Javonte Williams here, but that'd be
Dude,
interesting.
Zach Moss, man.
Well, and Zach Moss would be a great Michael Carter to Javonte Williams. That's what I was saying. It could be a really
Yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think I can pass up on Saban though, because I know there's some good zone corners here. Eric Stokes, but if you got to Melifonwu, Paulson Adebo, you can even talk about they disgustingly rate my boy Keith Taylor, but
Oh,
like,
you like Keith Taylor a lot?
oh, I love Keith Taylor. Have him as the late second. I
Really?
oh yeah,
I
dude.
got him. I got a little further down.
I mean, I don't see a one weakness in his game. I don't see a great strength in his game. I just don't see a great weakness in his
Yeah,
game.
I think he has great length, but doesn't know how to use it.
I agree with that. But that's something
Yeah.
where if he's on like a team like the Bills, I think coaching can help him out with that. That's where I'd use projection. I'm going Zayvon Collins, best player available.
Yeah.
I don't care. We're going it.
Yeah.
I screwed over also the Dolphins because that would have been my pick for the Dolphins. So
I think you're back on the clock, my friend.
I am. And do I go a guy like Aziz Ojolari and just say screw the draft history? I would love to.
I
But
would
we
love
can't be
that.
that unrealistic. I mean, I would do it too, but that's a little bit unrealistic given the fact that, I mean, there have been some edge rushers like Harold Landry on the board where they have passed up on him and let him go into the second round.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm going to the one spot where they are desperate. And I did this in my mock. Landon Dickerson out of Bama. I love it. I am actually higher on Dickerson than you are, but that's just because, I
Yes,
mean,
because the injury.
yeah, yeah.
I think
But I mean, the dude is doing freaking cartwheels in the background of Mac Jones' interview weeks after, or like months
Yeah.
after his ACL tear. I mean, I think he's feeling good. So
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
I think they predict he's back maybe as soon as week 5.
Well, he's not back to playing.
Yeah, I don't think I think that's kind of the idea that they're gonna slowly bring him in, and he probably won't be good till week 5.
Well, even with that, that's still a guy who you're going to potentially
Oh yeah,
start for
exactly.
years. So that's going to be great. You're going to finish off the end of round 1, and then I'm going to do a quick little outro, and then we're going to continue on to round 2.
Sweet. So, I kind of like how this felt to me. Hey, man, I could pair up the Minnesota boys with Bateman.
Ooh, oh
That
shit!
Yeah, I can't believe he's still on the board. Looks like we're just not as high as the NFL is.
What?
But I think for me, I feel like I could go a bit risque.
Okay.
Wow, I think we were pretty low on receivers in the
Yeah, I didn't even realize it, dude.
yeah, because I got a lot of receivers
Yeah, I got a lot of
coming
receivers
up.
still. Like,
Um,
oh, by the way,
yeah,
didn't tell you this. Dwayne Eskridge is a late one for me.
really,
Oh yeah.
you
He,
like him?
oh yeah.
I mean, I don't hate him. I just
He to me might be the best day one impact. Dead ass. I love.
potentially, yeah, I could see that.
He is. I mean, he's just like the Madden dude, where you do a slant and then he catches it and he goes for a touchdown.
Yeah, I feel like you could blow on him and he goes down.
Maybe
Yeah,
he's.
but it just means you have to touch him first, though.
It's true. He's really good. He's very elusive after the catch.
Yeah.
So 32, you got the board all to yourself. Don't do Rashad Bateman and destroy Tyler Johnson and his potential. He's
Yeah, I
only like
know,
wide
right?
receiver 5.
I actually think I'm gonna go with since this is kind of a luxury pick, I'm gonna kind of like risk it. I'm gonna risk Jalen Phillips,
I agree.
all that potential. JPP's only got one more year. I'm not
Yep.
gonna lie, I really like Carlos Basham at this pick because I think he can immediately start over Will Golston
Yeah.
and then eventually move to
Oh,
JPP spot. But I
yeah.
think
I'll throw an I
Phillips is just
Yeah, I agree. I'll throw a name out at you. Um, that franchise guy did this. He's drafted Milton Williams to play D end at that Golston spot.
I don't hate it,
Very
man. What
intriguing.
he's 280.
Yeah.
And dude, his pro day was
I saw him against BYU because I saw like, who the fuck is this D tackle? It was him. I was like, hey yo. It was just I
yo.
saw Brady Christensen. So
You
I'm
want
just
to
gonna
look
do that.
at good tape against BYU? Check out Peyton Turner, man. He
I know. I
roared
know.
Christensen.
Who that inside move, he just ate Christensen up for dinner.
Gosh.
But to the people who are watching round one, that was one hell of a fun first round. And somehow Rashad Bateman is still on the board, Aziz Ojolari, all these guys.
Beauty of the
So
draft.
I know. So stick for round two coming up tomorrow, and I'll see y'all on the far side. Peace.